Sound check 1 2. Bole Shri Mahakrishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Sitaram everyone. As we join tonight in this wonderful scripture known as the Katha Upanishad, we ask Bhagwan first of all to continue to shower His blessings upon this family as they continue to celebrate the life of a father, a husband, a neighbor, a friend. We ask Bhagwan to continue to bless each and every one of you with that strength as you continue to go through this time, which is not an easy time. It's not something you get over right away. We ask Bhagwan to comfort you all, to bless you with that strength, to uplift you, but most important of all, to bless the soul of the deceased, wherever that soul might be at this time in his journey. We ask Bhagwan to bless him, that the rest of his journey will be a smooth and successful one. Let us all join in opening prayer. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम नमो नमो जगन्माता विद्याप्रदायिनी महासरस्वती। नमो नमो अमर कल्याणी माता सरस्वती नमोस्तुते। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। As we glorify the name of Bhagwan before we join this course, again we ask Bhagwan to continue to show His blessings upon each and every one of you all. शरण पड़े शरण पड़े शरण पड़े शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। भवपार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। शरण पड़े शरण पड़े शरण पड़े शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। भवपार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। कैसे जिया नाम तिहारा कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाया कैसे तुम भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। पंकमतों की सुन सुन पाते द्वार तेरे तक पहुँचन पाते। पंकमतों की सुन सुन पाते द्वार तेरे तक पहुँचन पाते। भटकी दिशा जहान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। तुम ही श्याम और कृष्ण मुरारी राम तुम्ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। तुम ही श्याम और कृष्ण मुरारी राम तुम्ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। बनी हनुमान हनुमान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। ऐसे अंतर ज्योत जगाना हम जीवों को शरण लगाना। ऐसे अंतर ज्योत जगाना हम जीवों को शरण लगाना। हे प्रभु दया निधान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। शरण पड़ी शरण पड़ी शरण पड़ी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़ी। बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। So tonight we touch a little on the Kathopanishad. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this Upanishad, but it teaches us the real values and what really matters in life, whether it happens to the last moment in our life, because some human beings, we don't really understand what really matters to us until our last breath, until sometime when it is too late. It's not like uncle who lived the life, but there are so many who have that regret at that last breath. And here, the Kathopanishad is where this scripture, this Upanishad, deals with a father by the name of Gautam. He is performing this yagna. And the yagna of which he is performing is where not what we know as yagna. When the Pandits, now traditionally what we know as yagna is that we have the puja and then the discourse. But The discourse is the discourse, that is not the yagna. The yagna is the hawan. Without that hawan, it is not a yagna, it's just a discourse. And here, in this yagna, besides the offering into the fire from this father, Gautam, as guided by the gurus, at the end of this yagna, every single day he has to give something. And not just anything. This yagna, it is said here in the Katha Upanishad that he has to give things that is of beneficial. He has to give gifts, or even give things of his own, which is of good value, which is not needed by him anymore. And here, every day, he would perform this yagna, and at the end of the yagna, he would give things in dhan. And his son, Mir, according to the Katha Upanishad, they did not give an exact number. They said Mir 7 or 8 years old, so it's between 7 or 8. This son is looking on every single day of what his father is doing. It is said that this child is looking on so attentively, and every single day after each yagna, the father gives what he has to give in the form of gifts to the poor and to his villagers. It is said that this child will become sad. He would go and he will sit. It is said here that he would go and he will sit by that same Hawan Kund and he would worry. Now the first thing we would think is that the child, he becomes sad because of what his father is giving away all this stuff. But that is not the case here. Over in this child he becomes worried on seeing what his father is doing, and he's telling himself, look at the gifts that my father is giving. You know, I always tell adults, be careful, especially parents. Be careful of what you do and what you say around children. As adults, you know, some adults, they have no control of what they say. They have no control of what they do. They have no control of the actions they perform. And when the children grows up with that the same parent running by the pundit or by the obiaman to see who's doing something to destroy their family, not knowing they have been destroying their own family from the beginning. You see, yes, when you look at society, youths are becoming out of control. And I'm sure if you do a survey, most of those behavior has been adopted from whom? You see, when the children see it is okay for the parent to do such a thing, no person, it could be guru, it could be teacher, it could be grandmother, it could be aja, aji, they cannot correct that child. That is why it is important for parents, not only parents, but adults, which is involved in the growing up of a child, to be very careful. For a long time, a community is to grow a child up. Now, if the community say anything, or the parent have something to tell the community, that is the society we have now. That is why we reach this stage too. So this child, Nachiketa, he's looking on and he's worried. And I'll tell you why he's worried now. His father, it is said that Gautama Muni had a lot of cows. It is said that he gave clues. And here, the reason why this child is worried, he's thinking to himself, he's saying, these cows, what is wrong with my father to give such gift of no value? See, this is why he is worried. It is said that Gautam was not given the good cows. What he would do, he would go to the field and he would choose the cows that he no longer needs. It is said here that those cows have drunk water for the last time. They could barely eat grass again. And he's given this to the poor. It is said that this cow cannot even give milk. They can't drink water again, much more for giving milk. It is said that the clothes that he would give was barely anything good for these people to wear. It is said that he would give greens that was not even proper for these families to partake of. And here this child is looking at all this, so he's not worried about the yagna, the hawan part itself, but he's looking at what his father is giving. And here he's worried because he knows for every action there's a reaction. So, if his father is given these things, what is going to come in return? What would he receive in return from not just blessings, but even from society? And here, it is said that on the last day of this yajna, this child, Nachiketa, looked on as his father gave everything. And here, he asked his father in a very subtle way. You know, some adults, not everyone has patience with children or young people. That is why not everyone is fit to be a teacher. And here, this child approaches his father at the final day of this yajna, and he says unto his father, on seeing all these gifts that is of no use and no value. Now the Rishis and Munis, they explain that these gifts that Gautama Muni has given is not just gift of material gains, but these gifts also represent the action that we perform and the things that we do, what we portray every single day of our lives. And we have to put ourselves in the same position of every second of our life. The things that we give, whether it's words of advice or the way we speak, and the things that we give, what value is it to our family and to society? And here, Nachiketa asked his father a very, very serious question. He says, "Oh, Father, you have given all these gifts of all these past days, and all those gifts of no value. You gave clothes that cannot be worn again. You gave cows that cannot eat grass again. Tell me, oh Father, you gave grains that was unbearable to eat. Tell me, out of all the things that you have in your possession, I am the only complete good, the only good property, or the only good thing that you own. And if you could give all these things of no value to these people, then am I of value?" It says, "Oh Father, to whom shall you give to me?" Because he was so hurt. So he's thinking to himself, if he given all these things of no value and I of value, better he give me. And he kept asking his father, no. What no adult like, or even some parents, is when they know that they are wrong, especially to somebody younger. Especially to somebody younger. That is when the ignorance borders start to hit, going up. You know, when the temperature gauge and it can't start to overheat, how it is raised? Yeah. Just so the anger in the adult does start to raise. And here, Gautam, he starts to build this rage. Because he knows now that he's wrong. You see, in his mind, he was doing this yagna for a purpose. And that is, he was doing this yagna for a purpose, and he didn't care what he was given. He was just given because he know if he give it, he's going to get X, Y, and Z. But one of the main part of this yagna is that when you give everything that you have, it is said that at the point of death, you attain immediate liberation. You think he's going to get liberation? He's going to get the opposite. Unimmediate, I don't know if there's a word, but right? So here, and Nachiketa knows that. So Nachiketa now, here, and you see that is the problem with not just religion, but the human being. We always do something only because we want. Human beings think that they don't have the knowledge. They think, but they don't know that they are the best bargaining people they have. You think these people in the expo, good? Every day, most people praying is better than what the bargaining people in the expo do. Because they're only saying, God, if you give me this, I'll do that. God, if you do this, I'll give back that. And when God gives, what do we do in return? We forget. And that is why we fall. Here, it's better, Gautam just did the yagna out of full love in his heart and don't give anything at all. He could have just given some water to drink. According to the scriptures, that is one of the best thing you can give to someone, food and water. That is why for death, the main important thing to offer is Tilanjali, because that soul benefits from that. And here, out of anger, he tells Nachiketa, well, you know, ignorance, how it works. He would not reply in a subtle way, because according to the Upanishad, up till now, Nachiketa is a child, mere 7 or 8 years old, so he's not arguing or not raising his voice. It is said he's speaking so subtle. And in that very angry way, Gautam replied, when Nachiketa asked the final time, "Oh Father, again I'm asking you, tell me, who shall you give me to?" He said, "I give you unto death." Now Nachiketa watching his father now. Now he probably thinking, who more crazy now? I ask him, who you give me to? You now telling me you give me to death. How that going to work out? So Nachiketa looks at his father, and his father again replies. He says, "Don't ask another time. I give you unto death." And here, Nachiketa becomes worried. And you know why he became worried? Not because his father is giving him to death. Now when we say death, I don't mean his father is going to kill him or beat him to death. But his father is giving him, when his father said that I'm giving you to death, it means to Yamraj, the Lord of Death. So here, Nachiketa is worried, not because of that. He is studying now. He is thinking to himself, what purpose I have to Yamraj? What am I going to do? I am just mere 7, 8 years old. He should, mere 7, 8 years old now, he's thinking to himself, what purpose would he serve to Yamraj? And, well, the father didn't give him. And as we all know how these scriptures, according to Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and even the beginning of Kali Yuga, when something is said, it is not to be taken back. That is why it is important. You see, our words, I always say this, our words can put us in places that our feet cannot take us out from. It will put our lives in such misery and danger that no money, nothing can take us out from. That is why we have to be so careful of our words, because our words are one of the only things in creation that cannot be taken back. We cannot unsay what we said. So that is why we have to be very careful with our words. And if human beings were to take that in consideration, we would have more homes than houses. Because in homes we have complete family. But in houses, there are no such thing as family. It might have mother, father, children, but they are not together. They are just there for relationship's sake, for that title. But there is no love. So it is important for our words. And here, as Nachiketa now, according to all of scriptures, this is the only child in the physical form who left earth. remember it was not his time to go. So he had to leave, and the messengers of Yamraj had to come and take him. We all know, well, we will do this another time if I get invited to come back. In the Garud Puran, it states that there are two types of messengers, and those types of messengers would come depends on the life we live. And Nachiketa, being this perfect child, it is said that the good messengers of Yamraj had to come, because we all know Yamraj is a very busy fellow. And he could not come at that time, so the messengers of Yamraj had to come and take him. And here, Nachiketa has reached the abode of Yamraj, and here he is waiting for Yamraj patiently.
हाय मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास, मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मैं तो तेरा पास, मैं तो तेरा पास, मैं तो तेरा पास, मैं तो तेरा पास। मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। नहीं मंदिर में, नहीं मस्जिद में, नहीं मंदिर में, नहीं मस्जिद में, नहीं काशी में, नहीं गया। मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। नहीं सूरत में, नहीं मूरत में, नहीं सूरत में, नहीं मूरत में, नहीं सन्यास में, नहीं मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मैं तो तेरा पास, मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। होती होत रख ले जावे, होती होत रख ले जावे, एक पल की एक चला। मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मैं तो तेरा पास, मैं तो तेरा पास रे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मुझको कहा, हाँ हाँ मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास। मुझको कहा जोड़ो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास।
As Nachiketa is approaching the gates of Chitragupt, he is remembering the words of his father. Because while leaving, it is said that he asked his father again, what purpose should I serve to Yamraj? And his father, he's remembering the words of his father telling him, he says, each person that comes to this earth in this physical body one day leaves. And Nachiketa, on approaching the gate to enter the kingdom of Yamraj, it is said that, now remember, he was given directly to the Lord of Death. So these all the messengers can do is take him. They can't do anything else. They can't treat him good, they can't treat him bad, they can't do anything. All they can do is take him directly to Yamraj. And on opening, it is said here, on opening the gateway, he overheard the messenger of Yamraj stating that Yamraj is not here at this time. As I said, we all know he's a very busy fellow, always on the go. And he was very busy last year. And still this year too. So, here, on hearing that Yamraj is not in his palace, he stopped. It is said that he stopped walking immediately. And what he did, he went to the side of the gate, in front of the gate, outside the gate, and sat on the ground. And when the messengers of Yamraj saw this, now they are having conversation with this child. And they are asking him, oh little one, why are you not entering the palace of Yamraj, on which you were given to? And I tell you, this child is so amazing. He said to the messengers, he said, how can I enter this home? And the owner of the home is not there. You all are the workers. So who am I to enter without the Lord himself being there? And this child sat there. It is said that when he sat, the other messengers of Yamraj, who takes care of the palace of Yamraj, it is said that they offered him food, they offered him water, because they know that this child is pure, he is innocent, and most important of all, he is a Brahmana. And this child now is sitting there and he's refusing every single thing that is offered to him to eat or drink. And now they are getting worried because they know if they offer him something and he refuses it, and he does not eat or drink, they can get sin. They can pay for that. So it is said that he sat there for 3 days and 3 nights. Apparently Yamraj was working a few double, so he was very busy. So here, during this 3 days and 3 nights, it is said that these messengers kept begging this child to have something to eat or drink, and he kept refusing. And then on the after the third night, Yamraj entered. And it is said, it is described here in the Upanishad, that when Yamraj entered, this child looked on at Yamraj entering. And when he approached the gate, Yamraj knew who it was. He's Yamraj. You know, human beings afraid Yamraj. I can remember growing up. When you hear the word Yamraj, when you hear people talk about Yamraj, you think it's something evil or bad. But Yamraj is a devata, he just is Lord of Death. He has his duty to carry out. And it doesn't matter who. And that's the difference with him to any other form of devata or devi. It doesn't matter which form of Bhagwan walks the earth, when it's their time to go, they cannot even question Yamraj. When he comes to them, they have to leave as well. So, why should we afraid him? Yamraj is supposed to be one of our best friends. We're supposed to be treating him the best. So when it is our time to go, we are sure that our journey would be good. We are sure when it is time for our soul to leave this, for us to leave this body, he would come himself, or he would send one of his good messengers. And here, when Yamraj enters the home, his home, and he sees this child, he looks on to his messengers. And it is said here that these messengers were so frightened. They were so scared because they don't know what the consequences are going to be now. Because this child has been starving for 3 days and 3 nights. What would be the consequences from Yamraj now? And here, now, first thing people ask, how come Yamraj have a palace? How come these messengers have food or water? How come Yamraj can offer this child food to eat? Remember, how many persons die a day? Breaking down to simple English. How many shroud is done through the whole world in a day? All the offering that is done, only one is for the deceased. All the rest of offering is for Yamraj and all the other devatas that control time and everything else. Only one pinda is for the deceased. And that is the 10th pinda. Nothing else. All the food that is taken out, only one share is for the deceased. And if you don't call the Yamraj name and the Pitra Devata's name, that deceased gets nothing. I can tell you that. They get nothing because I have proof of that. So this is how these, according to Sri Vishnu Bhagavan, this is how these devatas are also sustained. And that is why, as I said earlier, food and water is the 2 most important things to be offered. And here, when Yamraj looks on at his messengers, immediately they start telling him. It is said that they approach him as, "O Prabhu, we have been offering this child food to eat, water to drink." Well, they didn't talk about coffee and juice, so I guess it's just water. Only they have been offering water, food, and this child has been refusing. And Yamraj, it is said that he held the hands of this child. Now we would think this is very scary, but look at the opportunity this child has. He is getting to hold the hands of the Lord in a physical form. And I'm not talking about the Lord physical form, but I'm talking about his physical form. And it is said that Yamraj, holding the hands of the child, took him into his palace. And now the messengers are looking at the child as being starved for 3 days. But in the eyes of Yamraj, this child had fasted for 3 days and 3 nights. And he placed the child to sit. And it is said that he placed the child in a very soft seat. He washed the feet of the child. And then he started to question the child. But first, he told the child, Nachiketa, he says, "Oh my son, you have fasted 3 days and 3 nights because I was not at this place, I was not at home. So you refuse to enter and partake of anything to eat or drink just because I was not here. Oh my son, tell me, what 3 boons would you like to have? What 3 boons? You name any 3 boons that you would like to have." And this child, being so humble, it is said that Yamraj ordered his messengers to bring the best of things to eat and drink and offer it to the child. And while they are trying to make this child as comfortable as possible, it is said that every time Yamraj would ask this child, "Tell me, O son, what shall I give to you? You name any 3 boons, and I shall give to you without a doubt." He's not questioning anything. He would give him. The child kept refusing. He didn't want anything. Hey, Yamraj, come and Kali, you can ask people that now. Here, this child, imagine first the child fasted. Who fasts for Yamraj? When we hear Yamraj, we want to run. And this child fasted. And here, Yamraj, he kept begging. He reached the point. It is said here that Yamraj reached the point that he had to beg this child to choose 3 boons. And the child asked, he said, "So, O Lord of Death, what are you saying is that anything I ask, you give to me without any second thought?" And Yamraj said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, well, I don't want anything." And he kept insisting. Yamraj, it is said that Yamraj even offered his crown to the child and even his seat to the child. Because Yamraj himself knew as well, although being the Lord of Death, if this child refuses anything and he has already fasted or starved for 3 days and 3 nights, he also have consequences to face. He also have consequences to face. You see, that is the relationship between us and Bhagwan, and we don't realize. We take material things for granted. If we understand the relationship between us and the Supreme Being, life will be so much more enjoyable to us. And the material things will come for us just to enjoy. You see, when we make sacrifices for Bhagwan, take Sri Vishnu Bhagwan, perfect example. When we make that sacrifice for Bhagwan, Bhagwan ensures that good comes to us. And it is said that when we make that sacrifice, according to Bhagavad Gita, he who makes sacrifice to Bhagwan and sees Bhagwan in everything, Bhagwan will recognize that person every second of creation. And here, now, on finding seed, the child refused. He refused that seed. And here, on realizing that Yamaraj really wanted him to ask for 3 boons, the first boon that the child asked for, he says, "Oh, Lord of Death, the first boon I ask for is that my father be forgiven for what he have done." He asked for the forgiveness of his father for the sin he has committed by giving people things that was of no value. See, that is why, and here we are not speaking of material things. Every second, you see, Vijay and his brothers and your sisters, and sister, and his mom, and all of the relatives, and he has these wonderful people, right, that he has left so much legacy behind that he doesn't have to worry about anything. But I'm not speaking material gains, but the knowledge, the things that they can carry on now. But in this case, Nachiketa, father Gautam, when it is that time for him to leave, he would be leaving nothing. And he would have to pay for that. So here, now, it is said that Nachiketa, this mere 7 or 8 year old, is asking for his father to be forgiven. And Yamaraj asked him, he says, "Are you sure this is the first boon that you want?" Now Yamaraj decided to put him on a test. "Are you sure this is the first boon that you want? Look, I'm giving you my palace, I'm giving you my throne. You can be the Lord of Death if you want. And this is what you asked for?" And he says, "Yes. This is what I asked of my first boon." And here, Yamaraj says, "So be it. Your father is forgiven." No. We have to understand something. When we are forgiven, doesn't mean that we don't have to pay for what we have done. People misunderstand that clearly. Right? Here people say, "Well, pray and you'll be forgiven, and do devotion." Yes, of course you'll be forgiven. When you hurt someone and they forgive you, you feel good, but we still have to pay for what we do. That is the laws of karma. We cannot change that. Because even Bhagwan, when he takes form or birth on earth, he is also subjected to that. So if he is subjected to that, then who is us? So here, people think that, in general, that when they are forgiven for hurtful things that they have done or said, or for hurtful actions they have performed, that is it, they go into heaven. If it was only so. Every second we will hurt somebody and then God will forgive us. If it was only like that. You see, that is why Bhagwan had to create this thing called karma. And that is why when Mother Lakshmi asked Shri Vishnu Bhagwan, "How are you able to look after everyone at the same time?" He says, "I don't have to look after everyone." That is why when they created the earth, when they placed all the creation on this earth, all the life he created, this thing called karma. He says, so he doesn't have to look after us. Our own actions is looking after us. So we choose how we live, and we will also, by the actions that we perform, we choose where we go after we leave this body. And we choose where we go after that. That is, and it is a serious and a wonderful thing at the same time. Because we have the choice for betterment at every stage, whether it's during life, after life, and it's all up to us. We can't wait on anyone to make that betterment, to clear that pathway for us. It is important we clear our own. And here, Nachiketa, when he asks and Yamraj grants that first boon, the messengers ask how this child can ask for such a boon. And they themselves, when these are the messengers who took Nachiketa, and they saw the reactions of the father, and Yamraj explained that is what he called, that is genuine love. You see, no matter what happened, Nachiketa, it did not change the heart of Nachiketa. You see, human beings would tend to fight, quarrel. And here I'm speaking about within the home, or sometimes within relatives. You're having a good time, and one little misunderstanding, they become enemies for life. And like just a second before the misunderstanding, man, they're hugging up each other and telling them they love each other and all kind of thing, man. And if one little misunderstanding can make you enemy for life, as the saying goes, then that love you claim you had was fake. Because you can never genuinely love somebody and let a little misunderstanding create such a big strife. If the other person doesn't want to correct it, at least you do your part. That is off your chest. Who doesn't want to fix things and make things better, that is on them. But it is important that we do our own part. Because we all claim, we all use this word love. Love. Everything is love. But how many people understands the value of that? You know, there's an example that Dadi Rishi Samunis gave in the same Katha Upanishad. He said that a house was burning. And this father was just both of them alone living in the house, a father and a son. And when the house caught a fire, the son was trapped in the house. And the father ran. Now this father used to go to his guru every week to gain knowledge. And the guru would always tell him, love and have faith. And when this house caught a fire, he ran. He called the neighbor. The neighbor was not around. He ran as far as he could think, trying to get help. And by the time they reached back home, the house was burnt to ashes, so was his son. And he blamed everyone for the lack of help. He even told his guru, he said, all that you have taught me about love, today I no longer believe in it. And the guru said, why? He said, because you taught me to love, and look, I lost my own son. No one, I love my neighbors, no one came to help. And the guru told him, he said, if you loved your son, you would have run in that house to save him. You would not run a mile up the road to get help. So you see, not everyone understands the value and the true meaning of love. And here, Nachiketa is asked for the second boon. And we would hear what the second boon as Yamaraj continues to speak with him.
गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, आए कहाँ से जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे दूध चावली। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे दूध चावली। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे दूध चावली। रात सारी दिन जियारा मिल गए दोनों साए, रात सारी दिन जियारा मिल गए दोनों साए। सांझ देखो रंग रूप पे कैसे भेद मिटाए रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे डूब जाओगे। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे डूब जाओगे। कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्याले, कांच कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्याले। प्यास लगे तो एक बराबर जिसमें पानी डाले रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे धूप छाओगे। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे धूप छाओगे। नाम कोई बोले कोई लाखों रूपा चेहरे, कोई बोले कोई लाखों रूपा चेहरे। खोल के देखो प्यार किया सब तेरे सब मेरे, लहराए पानी में जैसे डूब जाओगे। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे डूब जाओगे। गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहराए पानी में जैसे डूब जाओगे। गंगा कहाँ से गंगा जाए कहाँ रे।
For his second boon, which obviously has been insisted by Yamraj. It is said before the second boon was asked, Yamraj told Nachiketa, he says, the love that you bear for a mere 7 to 8-year-old child, he says that if humans were to have, all humans were to have that amount of love, or even a percentage of that love towards their fellow men, he said there will be little or no duties for his other messengers to perform. That is the messengers that, as I said, they come in a very angry way according to the wicked life human beings live. And here, so Yamraj is telling him, he says, if all human beings would only have a percentage of the love that you bear as just this child, then there will be little or no work for those messengers. And he says to Nachiketa, he says, I hope and I wish that on your return, that people can take example of your divine love. He says because, and he explains, he says, families, husbands, wife, children, even towards gurus, all, he says, those love will become meaningless. Simply meaning that we would say we love, but when that person, when it is time to be there for that person in time of need, there's no one around. And here, so Yamraj, he explains, he says, when you return, so that gave a hint that Yamraj already in the back of his head have plans for this child. He's just awaiting for him to ask for his boons to fulfill, for Yamraj to fulfill his part. And then it will be time for Nachiketa to fulfill his part. He says, because there'll be, he explains, he says love, and we all know that, as I've said just now, you would hear all the description of feelings. When boy meet girl, they fall in like. Fall in like first, right? Yeah, and then there's fall in love. And the whole roses are red and violets are blue until they turn black. And you see them as shine and all kind of thing. And as they get married, what happens? The rose dry out. Even in families, parents give the children the best of life. And when the parent gets old now, there's no one to take care of them. The children even go. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the children have to stay and live in the house ever. Everybody wants to be independent, and that is good. Everybody wants to have their own, and that is great. But it doesn't mean that we should neglect anyone. And the sad thing with human beings, we neglect those who do for us from the beginning. And here, as Yamraj insists that Nachiketa requests a second boon. Nachiketa, he asks Yamraj, he says, "Oh, Lord of Death, I ask of you to teach me and educate me on the offering into the fire." Hawan. He says, "I would like to know the importance, because if this is what we call yagna, if this is so important, why is this so important? What benefit does this have? That a soul, because of this offering into the fire, a soul can attain moksha." And here, Yamraj smiles. He says, "First of all, I will not just educate you on this, but I will also teach you, oh son, how to perform these offerings into the sacrificial fire." See, here, as I said, Yamraj in the back of his head already has a plan for this child. You see, there is a thing called untimely death. So Yamraj knows that he cannot keep this child. Then he will be breaking the law. He will be breaking the law of Dharma and of the scriptures. So here, Yamraj now, he tells this child, he says, "Whosoever perform these offering into this fire will reap the benefit." And he says not only through that lifetime, but in lifetimes to come. Here, first of all, he speaks about the Hawan. He says, first of all, before you understand the greatness of Hawan, you have to understand how to perform the Hawan. And here, Yamraj is teaching, you see, so he's not just the Lord of Death, he's also Guru now. And here, he's teaching Nachiketa. He says, first of all, when that Hawan Kun is ignited, Agni Devata is manifested. That is why when you're doing puja, you have the Panif by the Hawan Kun. So all the offerings that go on the Panif is for Agni Devata on the unmanifest form. But when the fire lights, it is now Agni Devata on a manifested form. So here, he says when that Hawan Kun is lit, Agni Dev becomes manifested. When Agni Dev becomes manifested, it is important that we invite him to stay. It is important that we invite him to stay. And because he is responsible for each devata, it is said here that Yamraj is explaining to Nachiketa that Agni Dev is responsible for each devatas and all the devatas in the heavenly regions to receive all their offerings. We hear the normal term that Agni Dev is the mouth. So this is what they mean by this. The fire, all the offerings that are being made in the fire, without Agni Dev, these devatas will not receive. That is why even in Shraddha, when the 5 shares of food is taken out, one is to the devatas. That food is offered into the Hawan. So all the devatas in the heavenly regions receive that offering, all the Pitra devatas, everyone. But without Agni Dev, they cannot get anything. And here, Yamraj explains to Nachiketa. He says when that Hawan Kun is ignited, it is important that we invite Agni Dev to stay. And through him, all the devatas they receive their offerings. And on receiving their offerings now, we receive darshan from all these devatas, and it is said that here now he's explaining to Nachiketa. He says the first offering that's supposed to be made into the horn. Now I didn't say this, and Yamraj said this. He says the first offering that's supposed to be made into a horn is for Agni Dev. And it's common sense. Because if I come and give Uncle Tarif this dolak, Vijay, yeah, and I don't tell Uncle Tarif that dolak is for Vijay, what would Uncle Tarif do? He just play good. And he would keep the dolak? Exactly. So if we light the horn and we just offer into the fire, please think about the technical part of it, right? Who is really getting it? So it is important we ask Agni Dev, we offer to him first. And then we ask him to accept for all the devatas and devis. And do you know, on this note, even when we offer dar, well, in Trinidad we say we throw water. I don't know where they throw it, but this is the offer, alright? When we offer dar, or jal as you say, we just like, simple example, we offer dar to Surya Bhagwan. Where are we? At on earth. So when we offer this dar there, it is said, believe it or not, this is the any Devi Bhagavatam, any third verse, that when we offer dar, it is important that we ask Mother Earth to accept for all. Again, the same technicality with Agni Dev with all these. Because if Surya Bhagwan, he is in his look, and we are offering dar on earth here, how is he getting that? Yes, through faith, we are offering what we are offering through faith. Please don't feel that whatever you have been doing, that you're going to get sin. You do what you're taught. But this what I'm telling you is based on scriptures. When we offer for Surya Bhagwan, before we do anything, we are supposed to offer one water first from Mother Earth. And we are supposed to ask Mother Earth to accept all the offerings for all the devatas and deities. And it is said, I'm just jumping aside for 1 second. It is said now, there are little people called Bhalakilyas. They are the ones who cleans the chariot and they do all the maintenance work then for Surya Bhagwan. Every time we offer dar for Surya Bhagwan on earth, it is said that Mother Earth ensures these Bhalakilyas takes these offerings to sustain. But that is a whole other discourse for another time. And here, and there's another reason for that as well, Mother Earth. You see, offering dar is not just a custom, it's not a tradition. That is something very important because it helps Surya Bhagwan in many, many ways. And it all has to do with a Rakshas, a demon, and a curse. But again, that's for another discourse. And here, Yamraj is explaining to Nachiketa that the first hawan, the first offering, is supposed to be done for Agni Dev. And then any other devata or devi. First person. And after, he says, by the individuals now making all these offerings, and he is speaking about the individual who make offerings in their homes, the individual who does offering for Shraddha. He says all those offering that is being done, not only the soul, here we are concentrating on the Shraddha now. He says not only the soul receives that benefit, but the family who makes that offering to that fire also clears their pathway as well. It is said in the Vishnu Puran and the Garuda Puran that when we perform a last rite or Shraddha for someone, that is greater than any yajna. Lord Vishnu himself said that. That is why Lord Vishnu in the Vishnu Puran, in the 2nd chapter, says that any offering being done, whether it's your house, your home puja, once you're doing hawan, you're supposed to offer for the Pitra Devatas, not only for Shraddha. we are supposed to offer for the Pitra Devatas. Sri Vishnu Bhagwan explains. He says, when we make offering to the Pitra Devatas, we receive 10,000 times more blessings from him than performing any yajna. That is the greatness of worship and the ancestors. And here, now sometimes we wonder, by offering, now what Agnidev explains here, he says when we offer that, we make that food offering into the fire, he says that soul receives great benefits. So we are not just doing Hawan for doing its sake because the scripture says so, because the Pandit told us to do so. But when we offer this food offering into the fire, wherever that soul is, these devatas ensures that that pathway of that soul is clear for their journey. Well, it helps because, as I said, it all depends on the life we live. So Yamaraj, he explains that this is the greatness of Hawan. When we offer Hawan, we make this offering into this fire, it clears our pathway. And this, sometimes a lot of people, they don't understand how it works. When we make offering to, for Pitra Paksh, forget the 1 year period. Because we know for the 1 year, that is the benefit of the soul. Every month, the soul have a different journey. Begins a new journey. So that offering benefits that soul. However, how does the offering for the Pitra Paksh benefit that soul? And according to the scriptures, if the soul gets a next body, how that going to benefit? According to Sri Vishnu Bhagwan, wherever that soul is, whether it's in the form of a child, man, woman, when that offering is made, the Pitra Devatas, they know who we are. They know where we were in previous births, thousands of births. They ensures that we benefit from that offering. So when we make the offering to the Pitra, please understand, we don't make offering for the dead. In Trinidad, for Pitra Paksh, yesterday they go and take out food for the dead. If the dead come for food, then they got to do an extra. Because no dead and coming for no food. Right? After that mass extra, the 1 year, that soul don't have time with us anymore. Whether we like it or not, that is the fact. Right? The only way that soul will have anything to do with us is if Bhagwan places that soul back into that family. But other than that, no time with us. So, when we take out our food, we're supposed to offer the food according to the Vishnu Puran and the Garuda Puran. That food is offered to the Pitra Devatas and Lord Krishna. And they ensure in return now that that soul receives the benefit of that offering. You know, sometimes you look at somebody and they're struggling, they have nothing. And sometimes when you snap off a finger, things just good. From nowhere, they start to prosper. Believe it or not, again, I didn't say so, Lord Vishnu says so. All these offerings is responsible for all those things, not only our good karmas. So this is the importance of this offering. So we are not just doing this offering for offering's sake. There's a purpose, and a very great purpose behind it. And the third boon that was asked by Nachiketa, he says, mankind says, here he's speaking to Yamaraj, he says, there is that doubt. When a man is dead, some says he exists, and some again says he does not. This I should like to know. Being taught by you, This is the third boon that I asked for. I want to know the truth about that. Well, Yamraj never thought he would have gotten, well, his pressure will go. Okay, that is the most difficult thing to explain, even for Yamraj. Yamraj started to discourage him. By discouraging him, he tried to distract him. He says there are so many other things that you can ask of. Why do you want to know? He said this is a lot. And he says your time, here he's telling Nachiketa, your time is limited. And I would love to teach you so when you go back, you can educate mankind. Oh my son, ask for another boon, anything else but this. Nachiketa said, no, I insist you teach me that. And Yamraj, you know, the rishis, the gurus gave a perfect example. Technically, this is what he explained to Nachiketa. A box of match in an adult hand can be dangerous in the hand of a child. So what Yamraj, the knowledge that Yamraj has on death can be very dangerous for a child like Nachiketa. And he kept insisting, and we would hear that third boon some other time. As we come to the end of tonight's discourse, what I would like to leave with you is that our time is short. Each and every one of our time is short, no matter how young we are or how old we are in age. Well, with this physical body, because the soul doesn't have an age. Soul is thousands of years old. We don't know how long we have here. It is important that we take example from this. Whatever actions we perform, whatever duties we carry out, it is important we do and we perform to the best of our ability, and most of all, most genuine that we can be. There are a lot of fake people in this world. Those people have a different place to go. And here, let us take the humbleness of Nachiketa. You see, he did not request a whole set of material things. First thing he gained is knowledge. See, knowledge is important. And here, it is important to understand that whatever is said or done, do not let that change our hearts. People will say hurtful things. Once you're a human being, we have to understand that. And no one ever said anything hurtful to anyone here, don't feel lucky, it will come one day. Don't feel you're left out. It will come. But the most important is that we do not stop loving. Keep that heart filled with love. Whatever anger may come, we are human beings. No one can say they do not get angry or annoyed. But once it comes, let that be temporary. Get it out. And keep the things that are supposed to be permanent, the important things that can carry us further, as it is, we can see, which is benefiting Nachiketa. Bole Shri Yamraj Maharaj ki Jai. Bole Shri Mahakrishna Bhagwan ki Jai.
आए हैं सो जाएगा राजा रंग फकीर, एक सिंहासन चले चले एक बंदे जंजीर, क्या लेकर तू आया जग में, प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा, आया जग में, प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा। सोच समझ रे रोमन मोरत, सोच समझ रे रोमन मोरत, आखिर मया पछताएगा। प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा। स्वार्थ के दो आंसू आकर लौट कर दे जाएगा, लौट कर दे जाएगा, लौट कर दे जाएगा। कोई न तेरा साथ चलेगा, कोई न तेरा साथ चलेगा, कल तुझे जाएगा। तू आया जग में, प्यार कर तू आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा। कंचन जैसे कोमल ज्ञान मूरत ढल जाएगा। जिस नारी से प्यार करना तुम बंधा तो जाएगा, तूने बंधन तो जाएगा, तो जाएगा। एक महिमा यार करेगा, एक महिमा यार करेगा, मृत जाना जाएगा। यार कर तो आया जग में, यार कर तो जाएगा। राग रंग प्यारी पंडिता, राग रंग प्यारी पंडित, सबको दिल जाना है। आँखों को कर देख भंवर में, जगत मुसाफिर जाना है, जगत मुसाफिर जाना है, जगत मुसाफिर जाना है। पवन करे सब पाप पुण्य है, पवन करे सब पाप पुण्य है। अंजन साथ में पाया है, प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा, प्यार कर तो आया जग में, प्यार कर तो जाएगा। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रस्ते हैं यादें छोड़ जाता है। आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रास्ते में यादें छोड़ जाता है।
Testing 1, 2, 3. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा ओ जी हो अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। जाए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। सभी है पढ़ाए, इनके लिए है कितना तुझे दुख झेला। 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। ओ जी हो काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी कर्म कर ले दुनिया से डरना। काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी कर्म कर ले दुनिया से डरना। अपनी लगन में तुझको काहे को धकेला, 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। ओ जी हो हरि की शरण तो हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन लेना फिरे जीवन को पाले। हरि की शरण तो हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन लेना फिरे जीवन के पाले। मिले जगत का तारा उसने है खेला, 2 दिन के जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला। 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला, आए भी अकेला। 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। टूट गई है माला, मोती बिखर चले, 2 दिन रह कर साथ जाने इधर चले। टूट गई है माला, मोती बिखर चले, 2 दिन रह कर साथ जाने इधर चले। मिलन की दुनिया छोड़ चलिए, आज ही रहने सपने। मिलन की दुनिया छोड़ चलिए, आज ही रहने सपने। कोई कोई नैन में है उजरे उजरे सपने, उजरे उजरे सपने। याद की बजरी ये जुदाई नजर चले, 2 दिन रह कर साथ जाने इधर चले। टूट गई है माला, मोती बिखर चले, 2 दिन रह कर साथ जाने इधर चले। अब तो ये जग में जिएंगे आंसू पीते पीते। अब तो ये जग में जिएंगे आंसू पीते पीते। जैसी के मीठी वैसी और किसी से न बीते, और किसी से न बीते। कोई मत पूछो इन्हें लिए किस डगर चले,